What if I told you there's a brain-based trick so simple, it takes literally 5 seconds, and it could completely transform how your child handles waiting, frustration, and those painful meltdowns when they don't get what they want right now? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to walk away with something you can actually use today. Here's what blew my mind when I first learned this. In Japan, 3-year-olds sit quietly for up to 20 minutes before eating lunch at school, every single day. No whining, no tantrums, no chaos. Meanwhile, most of us can't get our kids to wait 30 seconds without a full emotional explosion. So, what's actually going on there? What are Japanese parents doing differently that we're completely missing? The answer comes down to something called ma. It's a Japanese concept that roughly translates to pause or gap. And the way parents use it to build patience in their children is genuinely backed by neuroscience. A 2024 study out of Tokyo found that kids who practiced this method consistently showed a 75% improvement in impulse control within just 4 weeks. Not months, 4 weeks. Let me break down exactly what this looks like and why it works at the brain level, because once you understand the science, you'll actually want to do this. Your child's ability to wait, to tolerate frustration, to not lose it when something doesn't happen instantly, lives in a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. This is the area responsible for impulse control, emotional regulation, and decision-making. Here's the thing, though. That part of the brain is not fully developed at birth. It grows and strengthens through practice. And research from Kyoto University shows that these tiny, repeated waiting experiences are literally what builds those neural connections over time. So every single time your child experiences a small, manageable wait and gets through it, their brain gets a little bit stronger. The pathway for patience becomes more established. It's like going to the gym. You don't go once and get strong, you go consistently. And over time, your muscles grow. Patience works the exact same way. Now here's how to actually do this. Step 1 is what I call the 5-second pause. Every time your child makes a non-urgent request, instead of immediately dropping everything and responding, you pause for 5 full seconds first. Your child asks for a snack. You finish the sentence you're reading. Your child wants your attention. You fold one more item, then look up. That's it. 5 seconds. Not 5 minutes, not a power struggle, just a tiny, intentional gap. Research from Osaka University found that when children consistently experience small waits like this, their brains begin to understand that wanting something and getting something don't have to happen at the exact same moment. That distinction, that gap, is where patience actually lives. Most Western parenting accidentally skips this entirely because we rush to meet every request the second it's made. We think we're being responsive, which is a good instinct, but we're accidentally teaching kids that any wait at all is wrong. You can narrate this to younger kids, something simple like, "I hear you, give me just a moment." But even without words, the pause itself is doing the teaching. Step 2 is gradual extension. After a week or two of 5-second pauses, you start stretching it. 10 seconds, then 30, then a minute or two. By the time your child is 4 or 5, the goal is that they can wait 2 to 3 minutes for non-urgent things without falling apart. Research confirms patience is a skill, and like any skill, it has to be challenged progressively to grow. You wouldn't hand a beginner reader a 1,000-page novel on day 1. Same principle here. The key is always following through when you set a time frame. If you say 1 minute, it has to actually be 1 minute. Japanese parents are incredibly disciplined about this, and the reason matters. When you honor the wait consistently, your child learns 2 things. Waiting always has an endpoint, and you are trustworthy. Both of those realizations make waiting feel safe instead of terrifying. Step 3 is giving your child something to do during the wait. This is where a lot of parents miss a huge piece of the puzzle. Research from Hiroshima University found that children who have actual strategies for what to do while waiting develop patience significantly faster. than those who just stand there passively getting more frustrated. I've linked a resource in the description below that I think you'll find really helpful. A waiting strategy doesn't need to be complicated. Count to 10, grab a book, take 3 deep breaths. Go find your cup and bring it back. You're teaching your child that the wait is not empty time. It's just time doing something else. Japanese children are so practiced at this by age 5 that they naturally redirect themselves during any waiting period without being prompted. That's the long game. Step 4 is the one most parenting content skips entirely. And honestly, it might be the most important. You have to model patience yourself. Your child is watching you constantly. If you get visibly frustrated in traffic, if you complain when a line is long, if you can't sit for 5 minutes without picking up your phone, you are teaching them that waiting is genuinely unbearable. Research from Nagoya University found that children's patience levels directly mirror their parents' patience levels. You cannot teach what you don't demonstrate. Start noticing how you move through waiting moments in front of your kids, standing in a grocery line, waiting for food at a restaurant, sitting in traffic. What does your child see you do? Narrate calm waiting when you can. Something like, "We have to wait our turn, and that's totally normal." Model that waiting is just a regular part of life, not a crisis. Now there's one critical mistake that will make this entire approach backfire. And I want you to hear this clearly. Inconsistency. If you create a 5-second pause some of the time, but immediately respond other times, your child learns that waiting is random. And when waiting feels unpredictable, kids actually whine more because they're trying to figure out which behavior gets the fast response. Consistency is what signals to the brain that this is just how things work. And that predictability is what makes the skill stick. Commit to at least 30 days of consistent practice. Just pick one piece to start, like the 5-second pause, and do it every single time. That's how the neural pathways actually form. Here's the quick version of everything. First, add a 5-second pause before responding to non-urgent requests. Second, gradually extend that wait as your child grows in capacity. Third, teach your child simple strategies for what to do while they wait. And fourth, model patient behavior yourself in your everyday life. These 4 steps work not because you're forcing anything or using bribes or tricks, but because you're building a real brain skill through safe, consistent repetition. Start with 5 seconds today and let it grow from there. Which of these 4 steps are you starting with first? Drop your number in the comments. I genuinely want to know. And if you found this helpful, subscribe. I've linked a resource in the description below that I think you'll find really helpful.